All right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody? It is July 5th, 2021, and we have the release of the new in-game marketplace for Lost Relics. It is amazing so far to see how many players are actively trading and participating within the market. It's just the start. Some things are going to get a little exciting from here on out, to be quite honest. So I'm going to go ahead. You know what? Before we jump right into it, let's go ahead and jump in a dungeon. Born Scotty's jumped on in the chat first to log in. Let me pull up the chat one sec, guys. You know what? Let me change the in-game audio. Let's turn off the in-game music. So now you should just be able to hear Spotify. I think our levels will be good. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Have you been testing out the new market? You've been having a little bit of fun? Things are going to be getting quite exciting, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and go into a dungeon real quick while we get let some people jump on in on the stream. Not sure exactly how long we're going to be streaming right now, to be honest with you. But I'll make sure to get a little bit of content in right now. Maybe a little bit of content in later in the evening. Take a little break in between. You finally got geared out and now you have better relics. That's exactly what I'm talking about, man. Congratulations. Extremely happy for you. Extremely happy for you. You're going to be one of the many players that feel like it just, the benefits of this in-game marketplace mean that progression can more easily happen. It's just one step in the system, but it is a very important step. So important, like I personally think it can have, and I'm not sure, when you started playing the game specifically, but I think it could have as big of an impact on the game in the long run as Cliff changing from the adventure stone, pay to play, monetization strategy into the free to play strategy back in I think it was August of 2020, maybe September of 2020. So yeah, I mean, I'm personally excited. You started when Tyranitar did. Okay, so then that means you're like around January, February-ish 2021. So that's exciting to hear, man. That's exciting to hear. You've just for new players that came in in 2021, I mean, we've had some dramatic changes. That can best be compared to the previous year, but as Cliff continues to build onto the system, the game becomes more fleshed out, more opportunities present themselves, more players are able to have a more enjoyable experience. Hey, what do we got here? Devilish jumping in on YouTube. What's going on, baby? How y'all doing? We got a follow coming in from Devilish. Thank you very much, my friend. Welcome to the Strike team. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, you love it? Hold on, make sure I don't get poison here and take some unnecessary damage. Let's see. You really love the game? Wish you were earlier, but you're here now. That's all that matters. I agree completely. Everybody that joins the game is always going to be, the way I see it is like you're now officially the sophomore class, right? You came in 2021. As a freshman, you just got started. You went through the Easter event. You went through a good little down period where we were waiting for some updates, and you've made you made your first cycle. You got to see a major peak and a major dip. Now you can kind of maybe estimate out a little better on what you think, how efficient Cliff is in terms of the work he does and how talented the man is as an individual. And you'll be able to use that knowledge to move on forward with the game. Just always do your best to pass along the info you shared, because especially as a community getting started in this space, I mean, it's really choppy waters, right? Not only are we dealing with crypto, we're inside a pre-alpha game. Crypto can change on a moment's notice, and any type of pre-alpha, software development, pre-release version can dramatically change on the drop of a hat as well. So, we are definitely exploring right now what the possibilities of this space can be. A lot of players see the potential. I'm one of them, I believe. And I'm going to be here for the ride, man. So So we're doing good. So like I was saying, make sure to share some of that info with all the new players that are coming in. You know, you don't have to go all out. You know, you don't have to spend 5 hours a day just responding to people on Twitter, or on Telegram or Discord or in game. But you know, every once in a while, when you see someone pull out a question, you know, take a time out of your day to send them a quick response. How quick were you able to make your transition into your new items? Looking forward to the future, says Devilish. Really glad that you got in when you did. I agree completely, my friend. I agree completely. And we're just you know, we're like in the end of the third inning, the beginning of the fourth, for all of you baseball fans out there. We still got a long way to go. But I think after this update, we start getting to the point where as gamers, we're able to you know, the same way, like I was going back to the baseball analogy, you know, after you get past the third inning, all the players start to really like settle in, right? You start to get comfortable with where the game's going, with the flow, what's happening, you know. You understand, you know, when to take breaks, you know, don't be marathoning this game 24/7. You're going to burn yourself out. Or I'm sorry, I said marathoning. I meant don't be sprinting through this game. It's a marathon, you know. Get your hours in, get your reps in. When you're motivated, play some more. When you're feeling burnt out, take a break. You know, burnout is real. It's more important for you to... I mean, it just really depends on why you're here, right? If you're here to see how this play-to-earn economy and blockchain gaming expands, it's going to be a long process, so pace yourself accordingly. Christian jumping on in the chat. How you doing, my friend? How are you? Nicing over 1K players playing? Exactly. 1K players in a non-event time? That's great. And as a matter of fact, let me make sure I kill this little beast here. Because I want to check out... That actually reminds me of something, so I want to check something out with you guys on the website really fast. It'd be a good time, I think, to go ahead and... let me put here 100 shadow stones equal 1 engine slash genge. Oh, well, I think they got the point. Typo, but they got the point. They got the point. Oh man. Okay. Well, we'll clear this lock-in room and then we'll take a look at the website. So I'm interested to see, for all of you that may not know, Cliff has under the frequently asked section of his website, there is a monthly player count. The last time I checked in was about 3 days ago. I think we were at 9,000 at the time. Wouldn't be surprised if we're past the 10K mark now. You know, I don't think if I had to guess, I would say we're not past 13K yet, but maybe inching up towards it. I'd be a little surprised if it was over 13, but you know, it's completely possible with how many people are playing today. I'm sure a lot of people that haven't played in a month or so are checking in right now. This is where they're going to have an opportunity to sell some of their items. You know, and as the word spreads, it's going to get out more and more and more. Okay, so let's jump on in here. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Let's close this Twitter really fast. Let's go to frequently asked questions. Where are we at? We are at 11,161. So right in between my high and my low. Pops is in the chat. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Put the game session back up. Here we go. It's been a very interesting weekend. So not only was it 4th of July weekend for us here in the States, but it was also my 2-year anniversary with my girlfriend yesterday on 4th of July. So we have been nonstop for the past 48 hours, and then you know, past that as well. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, things are going great. May share some more news on that topic off stream a little bit later with you. Got some good news to share. So yeah, I've been going hard for the past 2 days. Devilish, thank you. Born Scotty, grats brother. It was crazy sounding like World War was going on like the bombs last night. Yeah, man, I mistakenly took my dog outside. Everything's good. Don't worry. Mistakenly took my dog outside yesterday, Olivia, and I just had a brain fart, you know, not thinking about the fireworks. And of course, you know, one of them went off and she, you know, freaked. She didn't run. Luckily, she came right back to me. But you know, that's always a scary situation when, you know, when your pet might lose. Because I take her outside without a leash. You know, we have you know, a decent lock. Like our property is fenced in, but you know, she's a very small dog, so there's always ways for her to be able to move out or run out or something. So you know, that's always worrisome. But no, she's good. Just had a brain fart, you know, and it was one of those things actually, because at the end of the day yesterday, after the night was over, when I returned home and I took her out, I mean, the first thing that was on my mind was like, I need to log into Lost Relics, right, and look at this blockchain emporium, and go ham. So yeah, all I was thinking about was like stuff on the market or logging online, and I just completely forgot about the fireworks. But yeah, it's all good. It is all good. Let's see. Probably gonna be sleeping though. You got work tomorrow. Yeah, get some rest, man. I need. I'm more than likely gonna be, and I don't take naps during the day, to be real. I don't normally take naps when I'm not sick. But I'm, you know, 48 hours with very little sleep in me can knock you out. But I had to jump on right now with you guys, just to talk a little bit about this blockchain emporium and how y'all are experiencing it. I think, like I was saying, it has the potential to be a game changer. Major congratulations to Cliff. You know, this is going to be a great, not only a great revenue generator for him to be able to build into the future, but you know, just the ability to he's satisfying the needs of what the community is asking for, right? And you know, even as a developer, like, you know, he's ultimately in control of this game world, and his vision is going to, you know, come forward. I know he takes players' feedback into it, but you know, just major congratulations on all the work, and man, just so excited for what you are able to do and pull off, and look forward for the future. So yeah, I mean, I've already been seeing a lot of players coming in and being able to, you know, there's been a bunch of players that, you know, maybe they had their greens for a few months, or maybe they were lucky enough to get a blue and they wanted to finish off the set, weapons or relics. Now they have the opportunity to do that, you know, just with some of the items that they were able to farm over this little bit of time, you know. So I think it's also great news. You know, word of caution, guys. Obviously, when you're entering into new markets like this one, like, things are going to be extremely volatile. Things are going to be changing. You know, make sure to, you know, only spend what you're available to lose. You know, some of you may be doing it just because you want to play the game and enjoy the game. Others are looking at it in terms of investments. You know, just be cautious. Be cautious. Be smart. You know, regardless of whether prices go up or go down, like let's say you buy a sword or a relic or something, then it drops in price by 20-30%. Like, you know, don't beat yourself up over it. Like I said, we're in the third inning of this game, and who knows what the future is going to hold. But participating in the economy, I mean, no matter what happens, like, you're going to be able to say you were one of the very first people on day one, you know, making moves, taking risks. Oof, that hurt. We'll go ahead and use this, and then we'll pop it. All right, full health. These wolves sure can mess with you. Gotta be quick, gotta be careful. Ooh, Striker breaks the defense right down the middle. Got myself a little bit of decaf coffee. Gonna get a little bit of time to relax. Yeah, did a little bit of work in the morning. To be honest, originally was wanting to work more through the afternoon, but I just said, you know what, it's 5th of July. I mean, the office is closed, but I just wanted to do work so that I could be able to be gaming with you guys this week more than what my normal schedule allows. No, let me jump in. Oops. That guy spawned right on top here. Let me jump into the members only chat, see what these guys are saying in here. You know, and also I think we also got to remember, right, in terms of the blockchain marketplace right now, we probably have 60, 70% of players with items available to sale probably have access right now for members. I'm not sure, you know, I'm assuming pretty soon non-members will get an opportunity to be in the marketplace, which should theoretically bring on board all the people who are able to participate with NFTs or with their blockchain items. Keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on in. Maybe we should do one more run. Let's do one more. How many? What do I have? There's 7. I need to finish fishing. I think there's 7 spots. Can anyone in the chat help me out here with Salt Beach? I believe there's 7 fishing spots. Is that correct? Not 100% sure, but you know. Best way to get blockchain items in the trading section. Look at this trading section. It's hot. Look at it. Look at everybody. So exciting. Selling a cobalt key for 450 shadow stones. Let's see. Willing to buy a purple 2-handed axe, but didn't list a price. Buying the Scar Carver for 2,400. Buying a myth for 5K. I guess didn't really say here. Oh. Gotta kill these guys. I should actually be paying attention to what I'm doing, because some of these, or at least these wolves, can really mess you up. I don't even know how to pronounce the name, to be quite honest. There we go. So let me know in the chat if you guys have made your very first emporium trades, blockchain emporium trades. What were you looking at? What are you interested in? What are you fascinated by when you're taking a look at some of these prices? And then when we hit the blockchain emporium next, I'll go ahead and review some of those items. I've had quite a bit of players, you know, not too many, but you know, a good amount on both Telegram and Discord have been sending me some messages, you know, asking for opinions on pricing. Been trying to respond to everybody and just let them know, generally speaking, you know, I don't want to release, or I don't want to put out that much information in terms of like buying prices and you know, what are good deals and bad deals. Like the market is just too volatile right now. You know, I'd rather let things sit and see where things go. I mean, I obviously know what I believe the correct prices that I'm willing to invest in are, but in terms of being able to give guidance on some of that, I don't think it's appropriate yet. I think things need to relax a little more. I think some more people need to get involved in the economy, let the prices settle a little bit, you know, and then I'll be willing to give you guys some of my feedback in terms of like numbers. But in the theory part of it, I actually think is the most important part rather than the number. I know it's hard, especially for a lot of players right now that have, you know, some money, some Enjin available, or some shadow stones available, or the ability to put in some, you know, so, you know, having them make, like I said, there's going to be quite a few players right now that prices are going to go up and down. You're going to be able to, you know, have some major gains and some major losses. Just be careful. And then once things get settled down, it's better. But to understanding what's going on right now, like understanding what's in players' minds, I would say is more important for most people, so that you can at least be a little more, feel a little more educated, feel a little more confident in your decision making when you decide to pay for us, you know, for a relic or for a sword or for a resource. Also keep in mind, you know, I mean, there's a lot of different things to take into consideration, but first things first, I think you need to just be aware of the idea of liquidity, right? The amount of shadow stones that are in the system is gonna be what helps stabilize these prices, and that can only happen over time. We're in the first 24 hours, so keep that in mind. It could influence players' decision making, especially when you try to go sell an item. You try to put it, within 10% so you don't get that warning, but then, because they're illiquid right now, 15, 20% jumps might be more appropriate. But you got to feel confident in what you're doing, And if you don't feel confident, sit back, relax. You're not going to lose anything by, that FOMO's not real in your mind. The FOMO that's in your mind is not real. You have time. Rule number one, I always tell to a lot of my clients, it's more in terms of like, accounting and business related decision making, whether they want to expand their business or don't do something, I get a lot of phone calls about like, hey Cisco, this, opportunity just came up for me to be able to move my business location to another city, or maybe I found a place with better rent, stuff that are year-long decisions. And I always tell everybody, like, if you come across a situation where you have no time to, like, your only option is to react immediately, 99% of the time, those are going to be deals you want to turn down. All deals should be able to allow you the time to think. If they don't, you shouldn't take them, in my opinion. Obviously, the bigger the purchase or the bigger the move, the more important that thought thinking, that mentality is. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use the full round here. So as you can see, for some of you that have checked in on my stream, we obviously have a couple new items in the Discord. In the Discord. We have a couple new items in the loadout right now that I didn't typically have before. And yes, I did purchase them through the blockchain emporium. So I picked up a chalice, the epic relic here, and I also picked up a Cavalier Crusader. So those are two new items to my loadout, so that makes me feel real good. How is a game changer the new market? So, okay, the new market, what's going on, my friend? Thanks for jumping on in. So the new market's going to give the ability for players, first off, the players that have been around a while, anybody that's been lucky enough to like farm blockchain items, just the ability to sell and reduce prices, it makes decision making a lot easier, right? If you're able to just click a button, move, sell your item or purchase the item you've been wanting forever, not worrying about the gas fees, not worrying about, making sure you have the correct amount, in your wallet to be able to pull off the transaction. All of that is huge game changers. But more importantly, it now gives the ability for players in the future, in the near future and into the distant future, to come in, play the game. Maybe they mine a resource, maybe they get lucky enough to find a weapon, but it gives them the ability to make the decision on like, hey, the time that I put into the game is valuable because there's another player in the game that's willing to pay for for what I earned. Keeping, that's just from the gameplay perspective. From the business perspective, this gives Cliff the ability to generate additional revenue, right? Like we've had I've had multiple interviews with Cliff and discussions with Cliff where one of the items he's brought up has been, wanting to get the game to a stable point where he can generate revenue on a more consistent basis, more able to predict out. I work with a lot of small businesses that are event-driven businesses, whether they're like theater companies that put on performances like, 4 times a year, or whether they're, concert venues or wedding venues where the revenue that they generate comes in from a very specific event that does not reoccur. Planning for those types of businesses is difficult because your income is deterministic based on the demand in the market. Like if you're talking about a wedding an event center, that hosts weddings, there's definitely parts of the year where you where wedding season occurs, right? So if that's the case, you have to budget your whole year. You're not an employee. A lot of these business owners are not employees. They have to be able to budget their income to provide for their family for the entire year, and that budget may not always be correct. So when Cliff says something about wanting to have stable income to be able to fund development for the game, not only for himself but future services he wants to add on, or technology he wants to purchase, not even talking about employment. You have to be able to feel comfortable with the amount of income that's going to come in. Now that he's able to charge this percent on trading fees, it's going to give him another method of income that is not event driven. That can open up his decision making to so much more. Havoc's in the house. What's going on, Havoc? How you doing, my friend? Saw you had another amazing stream the other day. Definitely got to check it out on the VOD. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Super impressed. Very enjoyable. Oh, and I think that a new YouTube video just came out, the one that you just did with the recent discussion with Cliff. Man, how did I miss all of these spots? Wowzers. So I guess we're going to be walking back a little bit, but in the meantime, feel free to shoot out your questions. Oh, we got a loot buff coming in the chat. Oh, Havoc came in with the raid. I didn't even know he came. Thank you, my friend. Hope you had a good stream today. For all of you that were hanging out with Havoc a little bit earlier, one of the channels that I most enjoy watching for sure. Havoc's super hyped. The samurai is in the house. What up, what up, what up? You're gonna go hang out with the wife a little bit? Smart call, smart call. My girl right now, she's studying for finals, so I have a little bit of time. But I don't know if she's going to be needing a little bit of help. So I may be studying with her a little bit later. Good evening, my friend. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. Well, that was a little bit of bad luck. Okay, now we got to go into full cautionary, full protection mode here for the rest of this run. You haven't had a chance to see the video yet? I got to listen to the audio yesterday, so I'm sure the video came out just as well, but I'll definitely be checking that out a little bit later. Look at this. Look at this. Avruptor coming on in. He's the one who created the YouTube video, right? I believe that's the case. Selling Rose Trunk for 400 Shadow Stones. 10K all day, 11K. What are they negotiating on? They're selling the pet, the Eagle two-handed axe, legendary axe with effect. Selling it for 10K. Willing to sell the blue fishing rod for 34K. See, that's the other benefit of the blockchain emporium. Now you're going to give engineers the ability to, you know what? I should probably just finish this run. I don't have much health left, and if I make a mistake while we're talking, it's not going to be worth it. So we'll just finish up the run and go from there. I'll go make some, where did I get my alchemy at? Level 20? Yeah, I'll just go. I need to get some amber grapes, so I'll go make some lofties for myself right now. Because I am out. Well, no, I have plenty of health. I just don't. I'm out of lofties, but I have plenty of other health potions. So I'll just go through that. And then we'll stop by the emporium. Yeah. So like I was saying, if you're an engineer, if you're an alchemist, if you're a producer in the game, someone that farms one of the items you need to produce, is going to be incentivized to sell it. You'll be incentivized if the price is right to buy it and use it. The producer skills just became, dramatically more valuable. Of course, you have to pay up. So we're going to have to, as a community, determine what those prices are on when it is good time, to we have two economies in the game, right? We have both the blockchain emporium and we have the I'm sorry, we have the blockchain ecospace, you know, that's going to be reliant upon cryptocurrency, and then the in-game gold marketplace. So finding a good balance between the two is interesting. We've seen it a little bit with pendants lately on how much they've been skyrocketing. You know, some of that is demand has been forced because, unfortunately, of the payment issues Cliff has had with fiat. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. You are out. Boy, he couldn't touch me. He took a swipe. He missed. He took a swipe. He missed. He took a swipe. You're out. We got pinned in a corner here by Thunderclap. Purple Thunderclap. And we're done. Another run in the books. Let's see how we're doing on the stream here. 23 people watching, both across multiple platforms. Feeling good. Hope you guys are doing good. Enjoying the grind. We'll go take a look at the marketplace right now. I'll go pop up some. Go put some more health pots into my inventory. Probably need to do one or two more quick runs. So I want to finish this. What time is it now? It's 2:11 over here in Texas. I want to finish this quest for sure. This bounty before the server resets. Hey. Hemar coming on in with the follow. Welcome to the Strike team. Oh, and the sub with the sub prime. Welcome to the Strike team, my friend. Thank you so much. Let's go through the inventory really quick. Put all this stuff away. I'm going to continue running Salt Beach because I just want to finish this quest. But, I mean, I know why you guys are here. You are here to talk a little bit about the blockchain emporium. Feel free to ask any questions you have. I'm more than happy to share some basic info. You know, like I said, probably going to be sharing it more like the theory crafting behind the idea. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Rather than actually sharing like prices, telling you what to buy, what not to buy. It's not that's not what I want to do. But I will share with you my thought process on how the game has evolved, what I think some of these items mean, what's important. So we'll start off here with I'm going to tease you a little bit by starting off with the virtual marketplace, popping in, just looking at the market. So yeah, man. So one-day pendants have been skyrocketing. I'm not going to lie. I'm not gonna lie, this has been one of the things that I was able to more accurately predict. I've been selling one-day pendants since about right here, to be quite honest. And from the numbers that I was seeing, I can't really determine it, but I would assume somewhere between 50 to 60% of all the pendants that were sold between now and yesterday, or at least up to here, was me moving through my one-day pendants. Obviously we had another seller come in here that dropped the price. And now even with me out of the market, because I'm out of 1 days, I've gone through all of them. Now that I'm out, someone else is going to have to come on in, or choose to come on in, or maybe there's no more one-day pendants available. So interesting way to think about it, right? Obviously we might get I do have a 90-day pendant for myself that I'm going to hold on to. But now we've covered those pendants. Let's go mythical, no ring of life. So I like to go down the tiers and just sort by price so we get an idea. 2 Stonebreakers just sold around 500k. A rod of fortune for 420. 2 enchanted pruning scissors at 220,000. That's not too. It's a pretty good little dip. Let me refresh my mind on what is needed for the pruning. So you need an odium ingot and some coarse wheatstone. Excuse me there, guys. Fountain's Force for 200,000. The zircons are continuing to level out here between 40 to 50k. Warden's keys are starting to take off again. Low volume, right? Low volume, so keep that in mind. Galaxy stones around 11,500. Demon area, not too much activity in this area at 10k. Some magnetite, some glacial magnetite here. Finding a level at 8,600. Ooh, here we go. Someone's coming on in. Picked up about 145 Ogum claws. That's interesting move. Interesting move. We've had. I say it's an interesting move because of how big of a price fluctuation we've had. Transfer crystals doing their thing. Nothing else has been sold there. Let's jump down to the epics. So I think Tyranitar may have hit one of these mining hats a little while ago, so he just moved one for 300, possibly. Fisherman's Friend, 350. Let's see, jump back in on the chat. You guys doing good? Everybody's doing good right now? All right, cool. Another treasure trove. Sunken treasure trove got sold at 150K. Hakmua. That's really interesting. 60 something. Do I have one? I don't have one. That's interesting. Tricky Treats haven't moved. Wondering if players are deciding to hold on to Tricky Treats or if the loot pull is low because they were Halloween items and since they're virtual, you know, people die with them on. And this epic range is the area where I would expect most players to die more often, would be in the epic tier based on, you know, relics and weapons you take in versus difficulty of dungeons. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but my assumption. Holy Remedy, interesting for 61. Ring of the Wretched, nothing there. Let's see. Egg Demons. The Egg Demons are providing, I think players are assuming here Egg Demons are pretty valuable. The good or pretty, like the utility of using an Egg Demon seems to be worth it considering, you know, I'm assuming here most of these are because of deaths. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these are investors flipping, coming in and going out. But if they are because of deaths, if there's any way to be able to prove that, players are still coming in and buying, so that's really interesting. Draco Juice holding these shells, brand new shells coming into the game. Someone bought 6 at 3,000. Ruby Cedar coming in, you know, hit a low, coming back up. 42 moved. You know, I would say the average, probably the daily average is between 20, canceling out this 60 and these down here. Shadowstone's continuing to go down. Looks like we have some miners that are starting to progress further into the game, and obviously maybe mining some more of these. Draco berries, okay. Some raw. Okay, look, I'm gonna just pick up some of these if they're actually selling here. Let's get rid of that. It's old. Let's see. Let's go with 100 at 6. Maybe not 100. I don't need 100. Go 50. Just see if anybody's selling in this range or not. There we go. Picked up 40. I'm down with that. Okay, some raw squid at 400. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to stay in that same price range, 600. I'll overpay. That's 14. It's not that many. Okay. Seems like these Firelight mines have started to come down in price. I originally had around 300 or 400 of these. Came down to about 200. Selling them over here in the near 4K range. And then, okay, so that covers epics. Switching down here to rares. We're still in the in-game emporium, the virtual emporium. Cocoa Sticks selling at 82. Divine Gloves going at 63. Looks like some of these are coming down. I wonder what is going to happen with the price of tools now that, like I was saying earlier, this is going to be a really interesting thing to watch for producers, for engineers at least. Now that you're going to be able to get your hands more on the items you need to craft them. So I don't know if they will be going down too much or not. We will have to just watch it play out. Watch it play out and try to make interpretations of what different players are thinking. Mystery Scrolls going for 24. Maybe 24 is a little much. 24 is a little much. I mean, I'll do one for you guys. I don't even know what this does. Is this the thing that you use to open up and get a title? Hey, Patty Frogger coming in with the raid. What's going on, my friend? How you doing? Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good stream. I've been also watching you. You've been streaming a lot, man. Been watching you in the background a little. Definitely enjoy your stream. Yeah, it's for titles. Do I want to pay 20? I don't want to pay 24K for a title. I'll wait. I think I know where they're coming up. They'll be coming from anyway. Amulet of Protection has dropped down in price. That's interesting. Amulet of Protection is one of those items that does require a blockchain item. 2 blockchain items, actually. So that's pretty interesting here. And it gives 5% standard damage reduction. So that's a good one there. For sure, man. For sure. Got to support all of the Lost Relic streamers. Super happy that you're one of the ones that has decided to, you've been putting in the hours, man. I've been watching you. You've been putting in the hours. Major respect. Goodman's goggles dropping down in price. The mysterious nest farm is real. Looks like it's still going on. Excuse me. Or I'm sorry, farming for that ruby egg. So we got some hellfires here. Some Fire Knight nuggets. How's the music level, guys? How's the audio levels? I'm assuming we're okay since we've been streaming for a while. No one's really said nothing here. Just taking a look at some of this. 80 sold. Interesting. Someone came in pretty hard on the cone flowers. I mean, I know I did buy a lot, but I mean not a lot, but I know I bought some, but I don't think I bought 80. How many do I have? Yeah, I have 40. Maybe this spike over here was where I came in because I bought them. I think I bought them over a course of 2 or 3 days. Maybe it was like right here ish. And what do you use them for? See, I don't even know, but I like to. What do we use them for again? Oh yeah, right here for the brute force potions. Very cool. Very cool. I just like to diversify a little bit. It's funny because I just had a discussion with friends about the idea of diversification, and how I was watching a podcast with Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy. He's making billion-dollar purchases when it comes to Bitcoin. Even going back to like the idea of Warren Buffett about like diversification is just for people that don't know what the right call is, which is true when you think about it. The reason why you diversify is because you don't know what the correct answer is, so you'd rather be safe and have your eggs not all in one basket. Definitely there's some items that I go pretty hard on within Lost Relics. What is this? 300 something? What is it? 443 of these have moved. I think I'll come in here and take some. I'll go through 50. I don't really need them. I can farm more than enough. 23 is fine. So 17 on the Ogum Hearts, the Claws, 60. Ooh, interesting. Look at the big jump in the Ogum Heart prices. Bamboo spiked. Maybe that was a misclick to go up that high. I don't know. It was low volume, so I don't know if that was intentional or not. Guess we will have to see. Okay, we look good here. I'll buy a few of them. I'll buy a few of them in this range. 46 is fine. Okay, so now that's it for the rares. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Just quick shot at the uncommons, which I doubt will make any moves here. But gold bounty chests are standing strong there. The metallic scissors. Someone's coming in and moving a bunch, which means they're likely crafting them. And it's dropped down from 50K down to 37K. So they're crafting them and selling them. They're raising gold. Bounty chests holding strong at 20. Went up to 35. The silvers. Again, keeping an eye on the tools will be important over the next little bit. Look at this. Someone else came in with 34. Raising gold. Dropped the price to sell them. If you're in the market, guys, and if you're selling 1 or 2, that's something. But if you're coming in and selling 34, maybe best to spread it out over a few days. You might be able to make a little bit more gold. But if you're in demand, I guess that's always the key, right? Same thing with the blockchain emporium. The more people are like in not FOMO mode, but like in a rush, the more people choose to not take their time, the more drastic these spikes will be. You know, good or bad, who knows? We don't know what the right price will be, but it'll be interesting. Town portal scrolls, feeble rings, fireproof potions going off. Well, I say going off, but 120 is not that many. Lofty potions at 350. Don't really see anything here that I need or that I want. I'm pretty set here. Misties, I know people were talking about some Misties, and I did come in and buy some, but I had thought, yeah, see, I don't know what this was. That's a huge jump right there, but with a low volume, so that's kind of hard to understand. This one makes more sense. High volume, high spike. Someone coming in say, I want them all. I'll take them all off the market if I can get them. Which might have been me a couple days ago, but I don't think I paid in the 80s. I thought I had paid in the 50s, 40s. But I don't remember how long ago I had bought them. Yeah, everything looks good here. I think it's time to make the switch to where's all the major volume stuff. So the eels are still rising in price. That's interesting. 61. Looking just for high volumes right now, just to cover it real quickly and move on, because I'm sure you guys look at these all day, so you know these prices. No reason to give any feedback on them, I don't think. Okay, let me jump in and chat real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I was zoned in. Carlos coming in with the thank you very much, my friend. You know, saying that he's enjoying the stream. Frogger, what did you say real quick? So I found a new crafting meta from mining and farming clay, using the clay to make bowls, and using the bowls to make soup, and then using the soup to make fruit cakes. See, this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. In-depth reasoning on how this can grow. So much so, you know, I haven't done the math, but I trust you and I believe you. So, and if not, let's go ahead and pick up 150 of these of the natural. Oh, 65. That's fine. I'm overpaying, but that's fine. There's only 14 on the market anyway. So, yeah, I like your idea. I like your idea there. You being able to take one item and turning it into multiple different experience gains. Very good idea. Okay, time to switch it up. We're going to the blockchain emporium now. Okay, so look. Because the blockchain emporium's so new, who knows what the heck these prices are going to be. We have ways to compare them to Enjin X. We know, here are the things that we know. We know that a majority of players are coming into as soon as this is launched, not only for non-members, but as soon as it got launched for members, founders, there's very few of us, right? There's like 320 something of us, or around that range. So the second got opened up to members when liquidity really started, right? The very first day as a founder, I came in and I tried, you know, making some purchases here or there, but there's just very little activity with only 300 players, so that's rough. A lot of blockchain items feel very low. I understand where you're coming from. Maybe we can go through some of that. I've done a few rants on the meta with the gray relics. Yeah, I don't remember hearing you on your stream about that rant, but like just the way you presented it right now makes complete sense. Definitely something I'm going to look into after the stream's over. But going back to the blockchain emporium, so the moment that it got activated, you know, is the moment when the, you know, supply hits the market. All this supply came on board, right? We have players. We have a lot of impatient players. That's number one. We have a lot of we have a lot of people that are wanting to sell and now have the ability to sell. And it's hard to predict out, you know, how many players actually decided to be buyers in this market. I decided I was going to be one of them, and came in. You know, for you guys that follow me on Twitter, the Twitter handle is FMunozCPA. In case you don't know how to spell my last name, there it is right there for you, so you can see how to spell it. You can find me on Twitter there. So I came in with a roughly, I don't remember what the exact number was, but it was like 340. I think it was 340,000 shadow stones. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter really fast, and I'll pull it up on the screen for you guys. So I decided to come on in and play on this early market. I've been doing that from the beginning. So when the in-game marketplace, where was my last post? Where's my last? See, this is the weird one. I know I posted it, but it doesn't appear on my feed. And then what I have to do, how did I find it last time? I go here? No. As you can tell, I'm not super familiar with maybe if I just go to notifications. Let me in this one? No. I know it's here. It's after this. It's after this. This one. I don't know why it doesn't appear on my feed, but whatever. So I came in with how much? 334K in terms of Shadow Stones, like getting ready to be able to play in this market. And like, look, it's risk. Like I fully understand the risks, and that's why I'm willing to do these kind of things with the game. You know, the way I've always seen it from day one, when Cliff, like when I started playing back in August 2020, can you guys see my screen? You can. Let me switch it back. When you guys came in, when I started playing in 2020, June, July, I thought it was very important to, when Cliff went free to play, he introduced this in-game gold economy. You know, he introduced the virtual marketplace. When that happened, I knew immediately. I was already enjoying the game. I hadn't really even bought any blockchain items, but I was lucky enough to be able to turn in for some quests, and I got my first blue. So I was excited about what the future of the economy can have. I also understood that very few players are willing to like take the risk, even if it means losing, which it's completely possible. So what I decided to do is I said, look, I want to help kickstart the economy. You know, I think I did like $500 of pendants, you know, three or four times when that original marketplace started, and was helping selling pendants to get the gold flowing, right? Because like once the pendants come in, now free to play players are able to get membership. Once they get membership, they like the value added to the game for that player is even more. It makes it more likely for them to feel like this is a game I want to invest in, or not invest in, but I want to participate in. And then they buy a pendant, and then they decide to flip it, right? So it's all, you know, it's all a big chain. It's all a big waterfall. It's all a cycle. It's all circular. So I decided to do that back then. You know, it was major success. You know, obviously I was able to jump to the top of the leaderboards in the very beginning, so that was huge. And just the fun that I had with the game was amazing, right? Like Cliff puts it very beautifully about it being, you know, not only, this isn't just a game about, this is not only a play to earn journey. This is also like, it's also a game, you know, the fun, like, and I would argue comparing it to other blockchain games, like these are one of the games that are built out enough to the point where a gamer can like interpret the level of fun that they're having. You know, all of you that are playing, you all know what I'm talking about. You know, if you're brand new, wait for you to hit your first blockchain item, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, no, it's exciting. And so I decided, again, you know, understanding the risks, you know, I mean, we don't know. Like, this is a brand new patch. Development in the video game industry and software development in general is extremely difficult. There could be hundreds of bugs, you know, and you know. We never know how it's going to play out. But I was willing, because I believe in Lost Relics so much, and more specifically believe in Cliff's abilities, you know, regardless of what happens with the game. Like, the man is extremely talented and a professional businessman, you know, with years of experience in his craft. It's hard for me not to respect that level of dedication and that level of work. So for me, I mean, I'm coming in and I'm risking the equivalent of, you know, $4,000 or whatnot, but he's coming in and he's risking his livelihood. You know what I mean? So, in comparison, it's not even fair. You know, but I understand where we're coming from. So that being the case, this is obviously going to be a buyer's market. People are wanting to cash out. People are wanting to go ahead and turn their lucky finds into actual Enjin, into actual cryptocurrency. In this case, turning them into Shadow Stones. Later point in time, there's going to be more functionality with Shadow Stones. But yeah, that's the where we came in on understanding that prices are going to fluctuate. That being the case, what I'm going to do is, since this is so brand new, we're just going to look at what has been updated and sold so far, get an idea of where people are at, how much activity has occurred, and go down the list, in order by price. And I'm doing it by price because not everything has been sold. So let's just go ahead and look at it in terms of over this 24-hour period. What are the items that are in demand for the buyers that have come in on this market, which are going to be significantly less than the sellers, which is why we're having a drop in price. So obviously we came in the big purchase was the Ruby Egg, coming in here for about 1,300 Enjin, which I would say roughly comes close to what Enjin prices were. I would think it would be safe to say that the more rare and the more coveted the item, the less the price will fluctuate. It's still going to go up a lot in general, guys. Still going to go up a lot. Don't assume there's safety there. This is an interesting one. The photonic incubator. The very first time people are able to sell this item, coming into around 300 or a little bit less than 400 Enjin, which makes sense. Comparing it to where Enjin prices were for other legendary relics like the golden egg, like the harvester, like the pumpkin. Looking at it like that. People are starting to make an idea of where they think it falls within that level of importance. Granted, those other items obviously haven't sold here, so those prices can change. Selena Stormguard, gotta love it. One of the very few items, back in Christmas, the item got left there for almost a month. I was very surprised on how long it stayed on the marketplace. And I remember we had an influx of new gamers. I was watching a bunch of people on Twitch. And all of them just started looking at the shop, and then within the course of 24 hours, the last ones got sold. So very interesting. Another Easter item. So we're pricing it at around 154 Enjin. Drop off the last 2 digits to get your Enjin value. It might be easier for some of you players that are in the market longer. If you're brand new and haven't been trading on Enjin X, your mind is going to be stuck with Shadow Stones, which is totally cool. It since I've been around for the longest time, it's easier for me to view it in Enjin right now. And as time progresses, it'll make easier for me to look at it and think about it in Shadow Stone terms. The crown got sold for 115. That's a really interesting one. 15% bonus to gold. 2 of those got moved. I don't think there's too many of these available to sell, so that's really interesting. Flaming Jill came in for 100 Enjin. Wrath Crown Egg for 96. Then we jumped down to weapons, legendary weapons, 93 Enjin, 75 Enjin, 61 Enjin, 55 Enjin. Okay, so the purple mushroom came in at 51. So I think it's safe to say, let's go through this. Let's go all the way through the gold oaks really fast. So the barley grains, I think this might have been, just from watching in-game chat, this might have been Charizard or Drifting coming on in. Pretty smart execution in terms of the overall market. Just been reading what people have been saying. 51 Enjin here. Assuming Enjin, it's a little bit more than $1 in Enjin, right? So somewhere between $50-$60. I would say $60. Starlight came in and got bought too. Same price range. Penny Presto at 50. And yeah, obviously the costumes would be. It's going to be interesting to see how these fluctuate over time. Nebulon came in at 43 and Gold Oak at 35. So if we just look at volume, Incubator is here leading the way with 13, followed by the Golden Oak at 11. So roughly looking at these prices from what I know from Enjin X, we're looking at like a 50% pullback here, ish, on some of these items, not on all of them. Some of them are holding trend. So it's funny because like 50% pullbacks, they're interesting because, so I've been in the collectible space for years, right? Operating, owning and selling and trading, sports cards and memorabilia with my father for the past, honestly, since I was born, right? So 30 plus years, not really getting into it in depth until I got into my 20s, but we travel across the state and go to national sports card conventions, taking like, a significant amount of inventory to set up to sell and buy and whatnot, so we're operating a business, on that end. So I think it's really interesting when I compare these types of markets, whether it's Enjin X or the Royal Emporium to that, to those other collectible markets, because it's a very common practice in memorabilia to regardless of bulk orders, like obviously when you make bulk orders, you get better deals, right? But it's very common for when market corrections happen for the 50% dump to be the standard. I think it's probably just because the majority of collectors can easily like rationalize that in their mind, you know, cutting the price in half. So it being the fact that we're in a buyer's market and seeing that some of these items are 50% off what they're saying on Enjin doesn't surprise me at all. As a matter of fact, I would assume that it was going to be, or I mean, I frankly did assume that it was going to be the standard. What happens next? Who knows? We're only 24 hours in. 15% might not be the floor. We could continue to drop. But when you look at it, like that's from the buyer's perspective. Looking at it from the seller's perspective, you know, a lot of these items are selling, and now players are able to like. There's been I don't want to say holes in their loadout, but there's been items that they've been desperately craving for month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months now, right? And these items may have been some of the items that they found along their way on their journey. This represents the opportunity for them to fill their holes, to get them to the place where they want to be in the game for whatever reason. You know, maybe they want to farm a particular map, and now they're able to do it if they sell these items. You know, taking a 50% haircut to do that doesn't, you know, some people are going to say like, it's dumb. Why are people dropping and selling these prices? Like these prices are too low or whatever. But you have to understand the other half of the coin. Like players believe that at least it looks like based on the numbers that people that are improving their loadout right now believe that improvement is worth a 50% cutback, because whatever they decided to pick up or whatever they decided to get definitely provided them back value. Now they're giving up on some of these items, and a lot of these items don't have use, so the risk is much higher. You know, the Starlight doesn't have a use right now. So, are people wanting to gamble? With $50 on the line, if you don't know what the item's going to be worth, it's hard to say. But maybe that $50 finishes your relic loadout that you want, and now you're able to farm and enjoy and stream more, or go into a new dungeon, and that could be the decision maker. Looks like we jump now in here into the epics. You guys know from my run that I did pick up a chalice. Since I did pick it up, I'm willing to share this one price, but I did get it at 2,200. I think it was 2,400 actually. So someone might have come down a little bit, somewhere between 22 and 24. You saw the way that I make purchases, right? I have a range, and anywhere that it fills, I'm okay with. So an amber, Olkepthian amber went. Some frostbites are leading in terms of volume. Obviously, one of the most popular items in the game, and I think more than likely because this is the range. The epic tier is the higher range for, I would say, a majority of players in the game. So it doesn't make sense. See, and these arrow piercers too. Maybe I need to look at these numbers. Yeah, some ingots, 22 Enjin, 22 Enjin, 20 Enjin, 19 Enjin. I wouldn't be some dukes. Decrease at 19, 17. I should be rounding when I'm telling you these numbers. 20 silver rings, rawhide, coming in the same range. So, it's really interesting that you don't see dramatic, like if we were talking about this in Enjin, which remember, this is where I'm coming from. If you're talking about it in Enjin, we see a price difference between 25 Enjin down to 15 Enjin, 12 Enjin, 11 Enjin, 10 Enjin. So between 10 to 25 Enjin, right? So yeah, I mean, going back through my mind when I look at epic items on Enjin X, like, yeah, I believe the price range was somewhere between 15 and 30. So if we had a 50% pullback, and then that would put us in this range. So that makes sense to me. Doesn't mean we can't continue to drop further. But yeah, the trend continues to look this way. Obviously these are not refreshed. I believe the Emporium refreshes once a day, maybe more often now. I'm not sure. So this is probably from the very first 24 hours. Whether these are good prices or bad prices, that's up to you to decide. But more than willing, like I said, like if you want to go into some of like the theory crafting about why something's worth a price, I'm willing to to have those discussions. Not necessarily willing to say like whether the Storm Thistle is a buy at 1,500. You know, I'm not willing to do that, but I would be willing to have the conversation on why would someone want to pay 15, or why would someone want to pay 2,000, or why would someone want to pay 10. Like those are, I think, where I'm able to provide more value to you guys, because you have to, you know, the thing I keep hearing from a lot of players right now is that they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. If you don't know what to do, chill. Just chill. You're good. Let it play out. Let it play out. And as you're learning and as you're seeing these price changes, you'll come to your own particular opinions. So yeah, there you go. But like I said, like thinking about the market, obviously we have more sellers than buyers. I think what's going to happen with these prices is really going to depend on how many people brought Shadowstones into the market to buy. I think this is a buyer's market. You know, we know how much I brought in from what we showed you on Twitter. You know, I would assume, I have no clue here. I haven't talked with a lot of the other players. I've actually been pretty much AFK really for the past week, been playing, but just haven't had the chance to really stream or, pop into Discords and have a lot of these discussions. But I would assume maybe somewhere between 5 to 10 players decided to do what I did, come on in and to be a buyer in this market. At what engine price, at what engine they brought in, or Shadowstones they brought in, who knows? We'll have to see. I do think it's really good that a lot of these items do look like they've got, what's the word? That because there was an actual transaction on the Emporium, now we have something for all the new players. Like, give it 3-4 days, 1 week, and now people will start coming up with trends and making their own decisions. Let's see. You jumping back in with the chat. Skywise has jumped on in. What's going on, my friend? Thank you guys for jumping on in. Let's see. How do you let's see. Bezos at the end. What's it say? Regis Bezos jumping on in, says that he got the Frostbite Phantom for 68 Eng 3 days ago. Yeah, so price got cut in half for you, right? So like, here's the thing, I'm not sure how long Bezos you've been around, or Bez. I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. Give me a little leeway here, but one of the things you do need to be careful with, this is something, and then I don't know how long you've been in the game, but for all players, highly recommended. These markets are illiquid. It's going to take time. Because of that, it is possible for these changes to occur. I think you have to expect them. I think all players should be extremely cautious. 1 week prior to an update and 1 week after an update. If you come in understanding that an update's about to happen, we have no clue what that's going to be, man. Like, Cliff needs to have the right and the ability to change this game in whatever manner he sees fit. If he thinks the Frostbite Phantom is overpowered, he needs to be able to nerf it 50%. To be able to fix it or do whatever he needs to do to fix these items, which means your purchase, is going to be affected. On top of that, when we know that Cliff is about to make changes, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to predict what those changes will be and then predict how the market will react. So you can see it both ways. You can see it as a big opportunity if you think you know where the game's going. You could see it as a big hindrance if you think everyone's assuming one thing's going to happen with the update, but you don't think that one thing is going to happen. The one thing that is common in both scenarios is that risk is extremely high, which also means reward is extremely high. Also, don't assume that your purchase for 68 Enjin, seeing this at 30 Enjin, 3,000 Shadowstones, don't assume that this is the correct price either. Remember, this is probably a more illiquid market than Enjin X might be. So it could be that the players that are buying now, which is, one of my ideas here, obviously, coming in and buying a bit and selling a bit, is that this game is going to grow regardless of what happens now. I don't think anything that happens within the next, honestly, within the next month should be viewed as like the foundation for what these items will be worth. This is just the beginning. After 1 month of the system being out, it'll be much more stable, I would say, in terms of prices, and you'll have a lot more ideas about what these items can be worth. So there's 30k epic weapons and 3,000 players. So now you're going down the thought process that I'm thinking about. I think one of the most important things to think about within Lost Relics is the network effects, is how many players are coming into the game. If you're looking at it from supply and demand, we're talking about like how many buyers versus how many sellers. Howling Mad coming on in on the chat. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Keep up the amazing work. You are killing it at the top of that leaderboard. Super excited to see where you go from here. But yeah, just coming right back really to, oh, and welcome to the strike team, obviously, my friend. Going back to where it was. Yeah. So don't assume these are correct prices. Don't, it could be not correct both ways, up or down. So that covers, looks like those, we get to see a range here, right? We got to see a range here of between 30 Enjin and coming down to the bottom of, and 10 Enjin, right? So let's just do this real quick. If I switch back here, let's go back to the website. This is my Twitter. Pull down the Twitter. Let's go to Lost Relics. Let's look at the marketplace. Let's just look. I don't even care because this matters. This really matters about like what you're buying. But I'm just, for right now, to make it quick, we're looking at just purchases and anything that's epic. Okay, anything that's epic. So Valkyrie, 24 Enjin. Skypire, 35 Enjin. Wings of Shurdy, 30 Enjin. 30 Enjin. Now those were all weapons, so that obviously affects the price. Players are gonna demand, new players always follow the same thought process. I'm not saying this is what you should do. I'm just saying this is what I see. I always see players saying the very first thing they want is a weapon, and they want a weapon so they can progress to the next dungeon. So it makes sense that weapons hold a premium, So if we jump out of weapons here, 20, 25. Let's see if we can find some non-weapons. There's a weapon, amulet, 20. So there's one at 20. Come on, load for me, baby, load for me. Another amulet, 20. Another amulet at 20. A pearl at 40. Those were weapons. Going back to what you were saying also about based on how many players are playing, you can compare also the numbers of how rare these items are and understand like what are going to be the things that are in demand that people can't get a hold of. Rudy Blue, well, that's a pet, right? So 100. Not very many. Insulin Clay, the clay for 14. Maybe the epic tier is the harder. It's harder to do it in the epic tier. I should be doing this in the rare tier because there's way more activity. Well, let me just see if I can find it. So we found like 20s, we found 40s, on the high end and the low end. Weapon. Because most of these are not weapons, right? If I go look back, yeah, most of these are resources and relics. So okay, keep coming. So maybe we should try this again with the with rares because there's just way much more activity. Extract for 20. Weapon. Yeah, okay, we'll cut it here. So like we just saw like 5 or 6, and they were between 20 and 40 Enjin, right? So if we come here, not counting weapons, going to the top, weapon. Okay, so 23, 22, 17, 19, 16, 15, 12. Okay, just go to the bottom, 10. So between 10 and 20, let's just say 25. We'll round it up. 25 and 10. And we just looked for like 4 days past, and we saw 4 or 5, and it was 40 to 20. And so again, because this is a buyer's market, we were saying, like I was saying, 50% pullbacks just makes sense to me, considering like the years of history that I've had in the collectible market. So if they're going to go from 40 to 20, get it cut in half, now we're looking at between 20 and 10. And these prices are pretty much there for now. 23. Yeah, between 23 and 10. Yeah, 50% haircut. You know, it's applying across the board, and it looks like it's not. It's not. You know, it is what it is. Okay, going down to the relics. Ooh, that's interesting. 100. See, now there's obviously more. How many supply? 4,500. So there's going to be more available to sell. So this is actually probably rares will make the most sense in finding out the correct price sooner than the other ones, because there's just going to be way more activity. And like I said, I would assume, I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think we're at like, do you think the average player in the game right now is looking for rares? Or do you think they're higher level and wanting to get epics? Like, that's a really good decision to make. I don't know the answer to that. While you guys think about that, let's just see. Yeah, having Howling in here for sure, bro. Keeping it English. Yeah, brother. Unfortunately, I don't speak your language. I understand Spanish. Feel free to write in Spanish. My Spanish is very weak, but we'll be okay. So yeah, those keys were popping off. You know, I have a few of these. I was really tempted on selling, on selling and or opening. I didn't really know what to do. I could open. Let's see. I only have one of these, but I have enough chests. Let's see. The cobalts. Yeah, I have 4 cobalt chests. Junipers. I have 3. Bros. I have 2. So yeah, let's see. What are the items with high volume? The relics, 100 here, 60 on the walnuts, 90 on the cookies. I mean, these are the best. I mean, these are the healing. Excuse me. These are the healing relics inside the game. So, inside the rare tier. So it makes sense that these are in demand. It's going to help players' progression a lot more, right? So maybe that's the way we should be looking at this market. Is like, how do? I mean, I guess if you can assume what you think the average player in Lost Relics is looking for, then you could assume where the demand is, and that could be the thing that leads the market, and then everything settles after that. Like, you know, who knows? The brand new Scorpion Stingers, that's really cool too. Like, obviously Scorpion Stingers are falling right now. People are like, you're a brand new player, you hit a Scorpion Stinger yesterday and you just turned it into, you know, 5 Enjin, you know, $6-7 for playing the game for 24 hours. I think that's really cool. You just opened 2 chests. The first one you got 160 gold. The second one you got green scissors. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with the chests. Again, like a lot of you guys that have been watching and hanging out with me in the past know that I'm not the biggest fan of opening packs, like when it comes to collectibles. And I'm not the guy that goes and buys a box of the newest set that comes out and rips them all looking for the diamonds in the rough. I'm the guy who buys the packs at the wax sealed, holds it for a year, waits for everybody to crack them. Now the demand is higher if you want to still keep cracking, and then I sell them. Now, obviously, I mean, at the last show that I went to in Houston about a month ago, you know, I had a sealed box that at the time was going for like $600-700. Obviously, bought it retail for $40-50. You know, so selling it at 700 is great. Like, I was like, hell yeah, I'll take the win, right? The guy it's part of the game. He opened it right there in front of me. He pulled a $2,000-3,000 item, $3,000 Zion Williams rookie card. So like, that's the nature of the game. You know what I mean? And I'm the guy. You know, just how I work. It's much more easier for me to rationalize selling than opening. But I know that I'm the minority. I am not the majority here, and I'm going to be missing out. You know. But opening 1 or 2 is not that big of a. I mean, if I open a rose storage chunk, like, I'm not worried about it. Like, we'll be fine, even if I hit nothing. But just natural tendencies for like me as an individual. You know, everybody's different, and you know, I've definitely lost a lot on that, selling something that rather than opening it and hitting major items. But you know, everyone has their tendencies and their little quirks. That might be That's probably going to be one of mine. So we got 80 abrasive papers, 50 of the wheat stones. I'm just looking for what has activity. See, okay, so 200 on the conquest, which is amazing. This is my very first rare weapon that I got, was the conquest. So like, that holds a special place in my heart. I'll never forget it. But 200 on it makes me feel good that players are saying that they're wanting to progress to go from greens to blues, right? That's probably what happened is players sold a lot of their stuff and used the profits to get this. And this is the thing they're going to be using 24 hours a day while they're playing. So of course they'll sell all the other things that are just sitting in their inventory to get something that gives them more utility. You know, at the end of the day, I guess what we're going to be talking about is like, how do we determine? I mean, there's a lot of different buckets on how these things get valued, right? There's liquidity risk. There is scarcity, like how rare these items are. There's utility, which is probably, we'll come back to utility. You know, there's collectability. You know, there is, there's a lot of different ways, a lot of different buckets that all play into valuing a certain item. The utility aspect of it is probably going to be the most intriguing part because it's the thing that video games, it's the thing that gets highlighted when you marry video games with blockchain technology, utility. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see, like, I don't know, maybe if Conquest continues to sell and a resource is at a lower price, like maybe we can make if a resource, let's go to a resource. Let's say, I'm just going to go to a cheap one so that just for comparison's sake. That's not a pet. The amulet, like, what does the amulet do? It doesn't have an effect. Well, none of them do. A lot of them don't. So let's say 100. So that's $1, 1.5 Enjin, right? And we jump up to $3.05. So a $2 price swing, right? So like, my question would be: is the difference in $2 the specific amount that's like? Is that the Enjin value, the dollar value, the shadow stone value, however you like to think about it? Is that the price of utility? I mean, who knows? Slight Nuggle jumping on in, subbing again, coming in with a tier 1 sub. Why can't I hear? I actually can't hear the notifications, guys. I just realized that now. I should have. Oh man, I'm an idiot. I've just been looking at this. So it doesn't really. You didn't miss too much. But why can't I hear the widgets? Okay, I'll have to take a look at that after the stream. But yeah, I think that covers it, guys. For the most part, day one of looking at the blockchain emporium, you know, I think it's really interesting to see a lot of these items. Look, 450 on the steel ingots. So engineers are coming in and buying it. Maybe a smart move, may not be a smart move. Look, some of these pets are moving. I think pets are going to be interesting. Pets are the area I would actually defer to you all's judgment because pets and cosmetics are like harder for me to understand what they're valued with. I wasn't part of the Fortnite craze, so I don't really know how people interpreted like, oh man, you have that season 1 skin or that season 2 skin, or like the season 1 skin should be $50 more than the season 2 skin. Like I don't know that stuff. Like I'm not familiar with it. Definitely wanting something to learn about. You know, I'm just more cautious on it, on speaking about it, since I don't feel as knowledgeable on the topic. What are the uncommons that have movement? 400 red rock die. I loved farming those up. The red rock dies. 785 blue blossoms. Valacy, I hope you're in here somewhere. I hope you're able to make the flip. Because I know you've been trying to flip those, and it's harder to flip them on Enjin X, you know. So I feel you. 300, 200 crystal cloths, 500 delta diamonds. Very interesting, very interesting. Well, I think that covers it for right now, guys, on the blockchain emporium. I'm gonna go ahead. Let me see if anybody is in the Discord right now to jump on in while I do a little farming. Feel free to pop in with your questions. If you want to do questions before I jump in the Discord, post them right now. Because then once I jump in the Discord, we're going to probably be having a long conversation on how everybody's doing with the NFT gamers. So I'll go ahead and give you guys a couple minutes if you want to, and if not, we'll just jump right in on the chat. How long have we been streaming for? Let's see. We've been streaming for an hour and almost 30 minutes now. We've done a few dungeon runs. We've looked at both the markets. Let's go ahead and do one more run here. Who knows? Maybe I hit a sunken treasure chest with you guys and get a little lucky. But yeah, I think that was a good session, a good discussion on what happened on the marketplace. I'm definitely going to probably go back and clip some of that, maybe break down some portions of it onto the YouTube. Again, thank you guys for jumping on in. Obviously, my schedule and work life don't allow me to stream and be with you guys as often as I would like, but being able to check in with you guys every so often, definitely enjoy talking. Let's see, Striker, coming from Howling Mad. What do you think about the non-use case item investments at this stage? Yeah, that's a really, really good question. So I think, okay, so it's hard to know what they're going to be used for, right? So I don't even like to look at it from that perspective. Like, I don't want to look at it like assuming this is going to be something for enchanting or for magic use or for whatever. Even though, I mean, you could read the description and maybe you could feel confident in making those types of those guesses. I tend to look at it more from like, rather than what I think about the market, rather than what I think they're worth or whether they're good buys or not. Maybe the better way to think about it is if I don't know how I feel about it, can I assume how other people feel about it? And I think I can make that assumption with more accuracy than what their use case will be. I would assume that we have a whole bunch of players that have been hitting these resources that have no use and are sitting in their stash. Because they're sitting in their stash, they are perceived to be less valuable to that individual. The item that is of more value would be those weapons and relics, I would assume, especially for, oops, why did I push that button? Especially for resources. And if we're in a buyer's market, that probably means that resources are going to tank the most out of everything. Probably. Doesn't mean it will be. Just because people don't know what to do with them. If you're a buyer and wanting to collect a lot of them, it's hard to know whether you're, you don't know what the utility is, so that's hard to price. And you also don't know what the resale value will be, so that's hard to price. So like the risk is really high. So I would assume that players decide like, look, I don't know what this is, but I'll take the 50 Enjin and I'll go buy the thing that I know what it is and what it's worth, which I think like rightfully so. Like, I don't think a lot of players here are in the investment mindset. Obviously, Howling, with your levels and with all you've been able to achieve on the leaderboards and playing this game over time, you're probably thinking about a lot of these items significantly more different than what the regular players are. I think I'm right there with you. What they would be worth, I don't know, but I think it might be safer to assume that they would be the items that fall because of those facts. Maybe they're falling for a reason, and maybe they're not. But that's where, someone that's coming in and taking risks, like a buyer in this market right now. Obviously, if you're a buyer in this market right now, you're taking a lot of risk. And just depending on how long you want that risk to be, I think might be the second most important question. If you're wanting to buy these items to flip them in a week, that might be a lot more risky than buying the item to either use when it gets a utility or sell in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, It also, I guess, goes back to how often you think, Cliff, how progression of development will happen, Cliff has been, amazing with giving new updates and moving the game along, I guess the faster he moves those things along, the more likely these are to get use cases much sooner rather than later. If this blockchain emporium brings him stable revenue, maybe that means he's able to put out more work, having to worry about a lot less things. Again, could mean the price appreciation of them. They could also sit there useless, or maybe he created them 2 years ago, right? He created them 2 years ago without with a certain idea in mind of how he wanted to use them, and the way that we all decided to play the game has changed that vision, and maybe he might have to scrap it, or maybe he might have to retool it. And, you know, of course, that would probably all be blind information to players, so maybe that doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe it shouldn't matter. I don't know. Interesting things to think about and to talk about. So let's see. Coming on in with another question. What do you think about the non-use case? Yeah, so... Oh, no, my bad. That was the same way. That was the Howling Mad question. You are wearing weapon wrong, my friend. I am wearing weapon wrong. What do you mean? Ouch, bug fixed while playing. Huh? You mean... Excuse me, guys. Actually, that didn't mute anything. I tried to mute myself, but I don't think I muted it at all. I pushed the button to mute Discord, and I'm not on Discord right now. Sorry if I spiked the mic there. But I think you meant like when the bow was turned around backwards. Now it's been fixed to where the bow appears forward. Let's see. You bought Jacket Potato jumping on in. You bought scissors at 50K last night. That was a pretty pro investment. What are the scissors at right now? Scissors take 2 blockchain items, right? What does scissors take? Yeah, two steel ingots. You bought them at... Wait, does it say the price there? It might actually say the price. 37 gold. Maybe that's not updated. Look at it like this too. Don't just assume... Don't just, don't worry about just the gold investment. Like, those green scissors are going to be providing you double XP. Like, can you put a price on double XP? That's a good question. I think we all kind of do. I mean, I didn't know what that price of the double XP was going to be, and that's one of the reasons why I made sure to get my mythical legendary tools before the Easter event did, right? So what I did back in the Easter event was I made sure that as the event started to wind down, that I was selling golden eggs and losing out on opportunities to farm blockchain items, but in return taking an opportunity to guarantee this increased XP gain that I get with these tools. I haven't died with them yet, knock on wood, but all right, there goes the chalice coming in handy there. Now I don't know, I know that it's difficult for players to obtain the harder tools. That's combination of, it's probably primarily because of how hard it was to get the blockchain items to circulate and, to purchase from other players. Now that is alleviated, maybe that means that tool prices go down because more people are able to craft them, making more supply on the market. It could also mean the opposite. It could mean that they are worth this because people are willing and have been paying these higher prices. I mean, obviously, if you can get them for a cheaper price, you always want to. But if you're a seller and people believe that some of these items are worth 300K, 100K, 50K, and if the amount of players that continue to think that way don't change their mind, then the price is not going to change either. So I don't know. Maybe, people are buying on the marketplace right now. Maybe those people are not engineers also, and if they decide to hold those ingots or hold those items that they need to craft to try to flip later on for shadow stones, then that doesn't solve the problem of tools circulating. So that, who knows? That's a tough one. It's a tough one. Maybe 60%, maybe 60-40, makes it 60% easier, but then, I don't know. I like to default to 60-40 mentality whenever things are pretty hard to determine. Jumping on in, Striker. Do you think that the net reduces the chance for a trove because I open more items because it opens more items to pull? You know, like the Pokemon Repel trick. Yes. So, what do I think? First off, I don't know. Second of off, I would caution trying to put a pattern together with it. I take it at face value. If it did, I would assume it would say it in the description of the item. When I hit my Sunken Treasure Trove, it was with a net. So if you want to continue to play the reasoning game here, maybe that changes it. But the truth of the matter comes down to, like, there's just no way to tell. And I don't think players are going to be able to tell. Because there's just so many factors. You know, like when I hit it, like regardless of what I was using, how many players were online? How many of those were dropping? How many are they supposed to drop? Like, there's no way really to know. We got another resubscribe. Slight Nuggle coming on in with a tier 1. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for being a sub and continuing to stick with the Strike team. Not gonna lie, I was talking for a good whole hour. I feel a little exhausted, so we're gonna jump on in the Discord with everybody. Give me a little chance to catch a breath, cause I just have no sleep, to be real. I was gonna sleep in last night, and then when I was like, I was hoping that Monday, which is today for me, I was hoping that in the next couple hours was when it was gonna be released to everybody. But so, like, I stayed up till like 4 a.m. yesterday playing the market with the blockchain emporium. So, whew, you know, and then the night before that, I stayed up till 2 a.m., you know, a date night. So I need to get some good sleep. But let me see who's in the Discord right now and see if we can jump on in with them. Oh, maybe they might be playing a different game, but that's okay. Let's jump on in. What up, boys? Oh, not too much, man. Things are exciting, no? I mean, I just, I'm excited about, it's just so many new opportunities, man. It's definitely a game changer, you know? You sold something? Nice. I think I saw on the market when I was looking right now, there was like, maybe I'm wrong, like 60 of those arrow piercers were sold? The volume? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was 30. I need to go look again. Nice. Yeah, man. All I know, you know, the thing I keep coming back and thinking about is just like, I keep trying to imagine what are things going to look like in a month. You know, right now, obviously everybody's crazy and loves it or hates it or, oh, you can't hear the guys in the Discord. Huh. I got chat. I'm streaming right now, but they're saying they can't hear you guys. So let me see.
I need 4 more mines.
If you press...
All right, chat. Let me know if you can hear them now.
Okay, cool. I'm good.
I wouldn't even move, yeah. I'd just stay there and start blasting.
And if they're a little,
loud,
let me know. I can change the audio levels. They're a little loud in my ear, but
yeah, it helps
I think I have it reduced later on for the stream. But let's jump.
Any cheap skins? I'm not sure.
I
only have 1 skin up. I don't know if Striker or Aaron or Apple have any skins up.
Relatively cheap.
Yeah,
Lance
was really affordable. Yep.
And
I think someone bought
Andy
one
for
$2
$5K. Andy
yesterday.
sold for $5K. Astonishing, Andy. What?
I think the penny also sold for $5K too, right?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
going on?
Insane.
People trying to get their money back, I think.
Gecko sold for.
I think people just trying to improve their loadouts.
But
Yeah.
why is the bunny badger
If they
selling
bought
for
the
half
An-
the price?
if they bought the Andy and Presto, that's like the price that they were at when like this sale was live. And
If you think about a person who hasn't bought any kind of cryptocurrency in their life and they bought the skin with a credit card, it makes sense what they're doing. They're probably just
Yeah.
trying to get shadow stones without any kind of
Apple is
crypto.
bad.
Yeah. I mean, if we were to reverse the situation and when the Penny Presto was being sold, if there was a weapon right next to it, do you think they would have bought the weapon for the same price or the Penny Presto?
Probably.
The weapon, I think.
Right. So then I can understand them making the switch now that they can. But that doesn't mean that's what's happening.
Yeah, I just love looking at the emporium, man. Like
I'll check
after a
Jared once
run.
I'm in here.
What's up?
Check once I'm in here.
Check what?
I just love hearing people get excited in general.
Oh, I've been very excited. I'll tell you that much.
Freaking Cliff, man. I wonder how I know he's probably sleeping still, but I wonder how he's feeling looking at everything. You know what Mitch was saying the other day about having a dashboard up or just being able to see activity as it goes. I mean, that's got to be a very cool feeling, no?
100%.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Remember to stash Aaron as well.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Holy macaroni.
The drops. The drops.
Are they good?
I just like hearing the ding, 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 you know, stuff circulating.
The ding? From what?
Oh, from Telegram. I use the
Oh,
Telegram
right.
overseer.
Oh, and you have actual notifications on? That sounds terrible.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
Sounds like suffering, man.
I like it. I don't know. If the chat doesn't like it, I'll turn it off for sure.
Nice.
I just turned it on right now. That's why.
I like it when it's dinging for me, but that never happens.
Where do I have to go?
Hanger, yeah.
Take a bit of a break after this.
Do it.
Very
You're
good
basically
income
there.
from those fees. Definitely,
I
man.
just need a couple thousand bits.
Ducky! Long time no see, my friend. Hope you're doing good.
Great drops though. You got the card, which is fucking rare.
I need to finish this quest and I need to go to another.
Really?
In the last 2 minutes, there's been 3.
That's what I was saying, man.
2 minutes. No, 2 minutes. I'm saying, dude.
Oh, like actually again?
Let's see how many are in the
Should've
pool.
been-
Why am I in a freaking thing? I gotta get an out already.
Oh shit.
I'm putting in buy offers just for like.
The last 4 minutes, there's been like 6 or 40 minutes.
I had to
There's only
finish.
one left, guys.
Had to finish with a degree. Now you're no longer in the top
going
40.
Might
You're
wanna-
not.
might
You're
wanna
definitely
go,
not
yeah.
definitely not a noob, bro. Definitely not
Last
a noob.
erase.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Let me see what else.
I think
My
I
bad
got
for you guys
my
on
only one in
YouTube.
cabin
Hey, grats
back
on the
in the day.
83. Thank you, man. I just got it the other day.
Back in the old cabins.
Do you think this game will bring co-op? Yes, co-op is definitely on the roadmap. You know, how long it takes Cliff to get there, you know, who knows? I would
I'll be so
assume
pumped if you sell that
somewhere
skin for 1,500.
between, I don't know, 6 months to a year? Maybe sooner,
Yeah,
maybe
that'd be so
later?
nice, eh?
It'd give me hope.
That question coming in from Joey on
Off the
YouTube.
market for both of us.
Uh-huh.
Make
Snoop
it
Doggs.
unattainable for me to ever get again.
I mean, I have one. I'd sell it
Those
for the
spiders,
price
man.
I got it.
Nah. If I'm getting bags, you're getting bags.
What am I getting?
Kiss on the
Bags.
cheek.
Up instant. Alright, one. Oh, do we need an ingot left?
Every time I look at CryptoZad's wallet, I feel like I'm with my mom at the department store, and they're like, pick one toy. It's fucking insane. This guy's wallet is just so decked. He's very generous with his deals, though. It's like fair, right? Did you get that with him, Aaron?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the more you buy, the more generous he is.
Yeah.
You bought the Flaming Jack from him, right? Back in the day.
I bought Flame Jack and Flaming Joe, but it was for Koro. It wasn't for myself.
I didn't like those skins as much as I thought I would, especially the Joe.
I
I
like
don't
him.
think the
like
Jack is
him.
awesome. I think they'll be both worth so much
Yeah.
down the road.
I got So I got from him. That's the guy I got the blue gram off of as well.
Oh, nice.
I got the blue gram for 430, harvester for 430.
Wow. Golden days.
I sold the harvester for I think 560, and I sold the blue gram for 7. I think. I don't
Do
remember.
you think the Harvester will ever reach 1,000?
We already had a 1,000 sale, didn't we?
Really?
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah,
It's actually insane.
quite interesting, I'd say.
But the thing is, for people who bought in the dip, it probably is like a 1,000 and Harvester is cheaper than like the 550 that they bought it at
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 months ago, you know? So it makes sense for the buyer as well. Like when I was doing all those cash deals.
Oh my god, Jared, I hope you get that.
Dude, I tried to run back and it didn't fill, so I don't know if he put it down.
2-6. Someone else probably got it, maybe.
No, it didn't fill for 6 even. I tried so hard. I literally ran.
There's a skin with a bonus that says 15% decrease in ship signature, decreasing chance of detection.
Instant,
80%
what's going
cooldown
on,
and
man?
14
Thanks for
less.
jumping on in.
Sounds pretty
Just doing a little
overpowered.
bit of grinding right now. We went through a whole long discussion on the blockchain emporium and the virtual emporium, the emporium in
Everyone's trying to
general.
get a
We covered
stock.
everything,
Stock
so I
harbor
shared
now.
a lot of thoughts there. So make sure
I
to
think everyone's
jump
only
on in
just
and take a
realized how
look at
good it is.
the VOD later on when you get a chance. What if at level 120 you have the ability to access the emporium for one item anywhere you are?
Be pretty sick.
What kind of item?
Anything,
Like-
just one slot, one emporium slot available on the go.
That'd
That
be pretty
sounds
nuts.
pretty overpowered.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nuts.
It's almost like we all need to make a second account with just one station at like the Emporium, honestly. Because there's definitely been times when I'm running a dungeon, I'm like, fuck, I wonder what's happening in there right now.
Are feeble bloodstone selling?
There was one that sold for 1,000 the other day. Did you see that, Striker?
I
On market.
on market.
Yeah, 1,000 Enjin.
Nice.
Like,
You have one
what
of
kind
those?
of deal is that?
You have one of
Pretty
those,
good
Frank?
one.
No, I don't think I have a feeble bloodstone.
Alright, I actually need
asking
a
for the
pen and
chat.
paper. This.
I think they're interested in picking some up. The
Very
smile in the
difficult to
top
find.
right corner. So right now I have
don't drop
my
them, right?
my shadow stones and the gold and pendants turned off visibility while we stream. And the only reason why I did that is because I want to make sure that
no.
like I don't want to influence people's decision making.
What an overpowered
Um,
relic for
you know,
that tier.
I've
though.
had a lot of players comment
I
and
need to
ask
get
me
that
about like
overpowered, to
stuff
be
that I'm
honest.
doing
I
in
think it's
game,
really good.
and
I
because
think
things
it
are
fits
so
in the tier
volatile
as well as
right
Storm
now,
and
I
as
don't
well
want
as
to
Outburst, too.
I
Is
don't
it
want to
rare
add
or
to any
epic?
chaos on that end. So
25
Oh, I thought it was a rare.
turned it off. I'll be turning it back
Can you
on
imagine
sooner
if
or
you had
later.
that as a rare? You could just, like,
Just wanted to
steamroll
let
every
everything with the
dungeon
blockchain marketplace
that
die
tier.
down.
Like, it would be the only relic you need.
Yeah.
I'm really liking this Harmad.
It's cool.
Especially at Mount. Like, it's, I don't know.
Yeah. I just like, it just makes you feel so strong,
Yeah.
visually.
Cool. Haven't used it on a mini boss yet, but I'm sure that'll be much better.
It adds DPS. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm so rusty though. Like I was playing against a StrikerLR and I couldn't kill it fast enough, and it summoned spawns.
That's fine.
I was like, fuck. This is what happens when you just stop playing for a few days. You just forget how to do things quickly.
Instances is someone trying to get the photonic incubator in here. I mean, I'm not, but what are you selling it for, out of curiosity?
Please don't say 30.
Ooh.
Yo, are we all in mount? Just hunting for that last Erdenium.
Yeah, but I gotta go after this run anyways.
I'm in Salt Beach.
Does it only drop in mount?
In Mountain
Ooh.
Wastelands, maybe.
Just ran into Hood. That Nova Omega looks amazing.
So sick.
How many chests do you think he opened for that?
Yeah, right.
I want to know the number.
Golds or chests in general?
Gold chests.
Probably 200.
He bought 200. You think?
My guess is around there, yeah.
That's insanity.
Yo, I just got an ingot.
Nice.
Yeah,
What kind?
it's pretty good. Green.
Let's
Nice.
go.
That's pretty good. The good old days are back, guys.
The
There's stuff in
good
pool.
old days.
Gets one drop. There's stuff in the pool.
You know how
Nice,
excited
yeah.
I get about my drops.
What are they used for?
No, he got a stealing it.
See the other one?
What is it? What are those
Odini was
for?
used for like high tier mining or high tier engineering, like Stonebreaker.
What about steel?
Steel for like pickaxe, green pickaxe, scissors, axe, and blue axe.
I mean, it's a good way to make gold.
Yep. For sure.
Man, I
Yeah, I
am
think-
gassed.
I think Wu just looted the last one, if I heard him correctly.
Who?
Someone in the stream
Okay.
said he just got an Odinian first drop.
Oh, nice, grats, boot.
Yeah, congrats, boot.
Maybe they're lying.
No,
They want
yeah.
you to
I
stop
don't think
farming.
he's lying.
Maybe he's trying to trick you.
There's no way. I
You'll
believe
find
it.
out very soon. In less than 10 minutes.
Second one today. Damn. How did you know to go for him? Or just like
Just
you're just
run
running
out.
it? Yeah.
I think salt is the easiest to farm because no one uses a green pickaxe.
Wait, why do you use the green on salt?
Not salt. Because that's the only pickaxe that can farm salt.
There. You should use the base though. You can get the natural clay.
Oh, I'm talking about the blockchain salt.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I got
And
two
a
of them
crystal
on
salt?
that run. Yeah.
Very
Because
nice.
you remember when I lost my Stonebreaker from that bug? Or like the exploit?
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
use the green axe for because I sold my blue one and I got like 3 blockchain drops of the salt.
Nice.
Oh. Now I have to go back to the stash. That sucks. Ooh, man.
So many whales on this game. This guy has 3 space stations. 2 space stations in his wallet.
How much
And he
did they sell
bought them for 1 ETH each.
How
and
much did they
he's-
sell for?
So basically what's happening with Space Misfits right now, which is interesting, is the developers are not melting, they're getting rid of all the mainnet NFTs and converting them to jump net. So all the prices on all this outdated stuff is really low, but I feel like as soon as they get transferred to JumpNet, they're gonna skyrocket.
Probably, yeah.
So I'm trying to like pick off all the ones that haven't been converted yet in the hopes that the values will see their true value
Yeah.
as soon as they're transferred. But there's another guy that's doing it, and I'm looking as well, and he's bought so much. It's like I was actually gonna lose this deal to him because he offered like twice as much as what I was gonna give Cryptozad, but apparently he's gone now. So
That's good.
yeah, but I cannot compete with a whale.
Oh,
Yeah, you
and you
shouldn't.
can't.
Because most of the time they're happy to pay premium as long as they get it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like there's a right time to FOMO, and then there's like the stupid time where you just don't want to lose a sale and you just end up paying way too much.
Yeah.
All right, chat. Hope you guys are doing good. We're gonna go ahead and do a one or two maybe mount runs, and then I'm probably gonna call it because I'm gassed and I need to get some food.
But I basically like spent 2 hours making a spreadsheet of all the prices for all the existing stuff, but skins are the only ones that I haven't done yet. It's taking a while. The cool thing is that all these skins have effects, so it's essentially they're all like relics, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Demon runes should be in Mount Holkev.
I really hope Mount Lock and Rim still isn't insane, because I just got here.
Is this the first time you've done it since?
I've done it like 5 times.
Okay.
Like, past a little bit. Haven't done it in a few days though. I don't run Mount often, to be honest. I do it for bounties, or if I'm after something. I don't like run it casually.
Why? You're geared enough.
I'm broke, boy. I can't run it like casually.
Really?
I think it takes too much shields out of me
Okay.
versus like other maps.
What's your loadout from Mount? Relics?
Incubator, ring. Wait, hold on. Incubator, ring, Arnide, bottle, pumpkin.
What is ring?
The hydrospheric ring.
Oh, right, yeah. Swear to God, that thing's gonna go up so much once bosses come out. Wouldn't be surprised to see it at like 1 million.
We'll see though. If too many people are crafting it to try and get gold, then we'll see.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about how many more people will be able to craft now that they can get the item that they needed.
Is it expensive to craft it? With
I
Enj?
don't know. I haven't even looked.
I don't even know the materials for that.
Probably really my calculations.
Probably like 100 Enj or something.
They're jumping in with you guys. Ducky again. I don't expect many people to sell their rings. It's the best item in the game. Oh, that's gonna do a whole lot of damage to me. What the heck, man? There we go. The Hydrosphere Yeah, it's one of those ones I haven't gotten a hold of a Hydro Spear yet. Definitely something I'm going to look into, though.
Bro, what the hell is going on at Mount? There's a lot of enemies here, okay.
You in the lock-in room?
No. There is a pretty big mob.
They're guarding an ingot.
I hope.
Definitely.
I definitely need better relics to come here more consistently. Take a lot of damage.
I need to get some lunch. My eating schedule's so messed up.
Yeah, it's like 4. Oh, yeah, it's like 4 o'clock for you.
Yeah, I hear that. Actually gotta focus up. I want to make it up with this ingot.
You got it? Or the stealing it, right?
Oh yeah, just no, it's still that same run. Slowing down. I don't think there's any Odinians left after he got the. Oh my god! I just got
You
some
get it?
Wildone's axe in the same run.
Nice.
Holy shit! Yo, it was so big, my heart was actually dropped for a second. I'm like, what is that?
Why is it so large?
Yeah, I saw the light. And I'm like, oh my god, is this it? No, just the Wildones. We take
Oh,
those.
nice.
Yeah, we take
I
those.
walk into the
Very
light,
nice.
man. Walk into the light.
Oh, that's great.
It's a good feeling, man. Oh.
That's what she said. Nice.
Yep, another ingot and mount
Actually.
pulled by French Toast.
Oh, French toast. That's 2007.
Very
Over
cool.
here now. Yeah, Striker got it.
Alright, turn it off for a bit. We'll be back later, guys.
Peace
Alright,
out, buddy.
dude.
Wow. What a good run. 2 blockchain items. Like, are we back in business now?
We're back into the days of you better have a pendant equipped.
Okay, yeah. This is it. Like, that's a perfect example. Like, if you don't have a pendant, that's a great example of why you would want to have one.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even think of that.
Oh, it's gonna be so hard to get pendants right now, though. It'd be so cool to
2000
know how many pendants are being held by players.
You know?
That would be such good info.
I'm just gonna go Wastelands because I can probably do that properly. If there's drops like this, I want to be in a dungeon. And you're standing at the Emporium. I didn't realize what I'm missing out on. Damn. Let's activate. a bounty.
Ingots are dropping.
Yeah, Drenzy just said it feels impossible to buy a pendant with gold right now. I hear that. I definitely hear that. I'm gonna try and get that Okelpian Amber, guys. If anyone is selling one, I would, I want to try and crap something with that.
One sold, right?
But yeah, I'm gonna go check.
Epic, right? I think it's an epic. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think so.
Ooh, all right. Zarkon.
Nice. Kelpin Amber once sold for 3,300. 33 bucks. I'm gonna just do it. I got it.
What do you buy?
Shit. I did it.
He's going all in.
What did you buy?
I'm all in, guys. I never thought I'd
Hey.
do this, but I'm crafting my first.
What did we
bounty
get
item.
here? What did we get here?
Wait, what are you making?
Wow. I'm making the necklace. It's the cheapest one too, so it shouldn't affect my bounty bucks too much, and I'm gonna use it right now. I'm very excited.
Hey, bro, I think you're still in the BRB screen.
Am I? Oh, I just switched it back. I think we're good.
You're both streaming?
Yeah.
How's that viewer count with the new emporium? Must be like 3xing right now.
Lurkin?
Yeah.
Everyone's watching you do those deals.
Yep.
Everybody's excited. I haven't done any movement on stream though.
Feels like a new
That's why I
game.
block my screen when I go there, just because I have some buy offers and sell offers. That's all. Okay, I'm kind of nervous and excited, guys, but you have no choice.
Nervous and excited, baby.
I need. Oh. I guess I just took it out of my inventory. Oh, I've wanted to use this so bad for so long too.
Which one is it?
Amulet of Chaos, just crafted it.
And what's it do?
Causes nearby enemies to attack each other for 10 seconds or to run to a nearby area. 3 uses per adventure, and it's a blue.
Ooh.
Tell me that's not like one of the better blues you've seen.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if you can use it on a minibus.
I'm gonna test it out.
That'd be so good.
It's like,
Especially
be
when
gone,
there's
demon.
ads.
Yup. Wait, do I sell my Harnide now? Or no, never mind. I probably keep that. I still may keep it.
I think you should sell it and rebuy it later. I think it'll go down. But if you like it, I wouldn't even bother wasting time doing that.
I kind of do like it. I just want to see if this is better than the Harnide in that slot. Even if not, this will help me at like the lower dungeons, in like the woods and stuff. Gonna test it in 1 sec. Do it.
Seriously. Guy would not die. He just refused to go down. Hey! Oh, soul shard. Let's go.
Very nice.
Oh. I actually took way more damage in Olkep than I normally do.
Did you change your relics?
No. Everything should be the same.
Interesting.
Maybe I just face tanked because I'm tired.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Like when I'm not concentrating, I take so much damage.
Mm-hmm. I think I should actually just use this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's going to call it for me right now on the stream. We had a Bleeding Zarkon to finish it off, so that feels good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there at the end I'm a little exhausted to tell you the truth. So, you know, good little stream, all the talking, all the excitement wears me out. But I'm going to get some food. Definitely going to be playing a little bit more today. Hope to see you guys online. In the meantime, you know, before we go ahead and do a little raid here, feel free to go ahead and drop in any last questions that you have. Or do me a favor, check me out on, go ahead and hit me up on either, if you're on YouTube right now, go ahead and check out, go ahead and find my channel on Twitch and vice versa. I am going to, if this ever pops up, here we go. I'm going to definitely be getting some lunch. I need to get something substantial because damn, I'm starving. Skywise, thank you so much for hanging out with me, man. Hope you have a good one. Hope you get a little lucky with your drops. Hope you keep tearing it up like you always do. In the meantime, I'm going to be sending you over to Jay. Go ahead and let him know that Striker sends his regards. Let's get a raid started up here, shall we? But yeah, it's been exciting. There's going to be way more price discovery over the next few days on the blockchain marketplace. Be prepared, be smart, take your time, make right decisions. Hey man, do you know if the Hydian is a passive? No, it's active. You have to go ahead and click the button to be able to use it. But that is going to be me for right now, guys. Hope you guys have a good time. I will catch you all next time. Peace.